Hello. Beginning with George Medhurst, who patented a scheme for using compressed air as a power source in 1799, interest grew in how pneumatic traction could be used to replace steam power for locomotives, viewed by many as unnecessarily noisy, dirty and a potential fire hazard. The idea of carriages attached to a piston inside a pipe laid between the rail tracks and propelled pneumatically by creating a vacuum, offering a clean, quiet alternative, emerged and over time gained support. Joseph Samuda and his brother Jacob, owners of a shipbuilding and engineering company in Southwark, were keen to pursue the idea of using air pressure for propulsion. Working with gas engineer Samuel Clegg, they developed Medhurst's ideas and patented an improved valve to seal pneumatic pipes in order to maintain air pressure in 1838, and leased half a mile of track from the West London Railway Company to construct a demonstration model. In 1841, Joseph Samuda published an influential treatise to further publicise their work, resulting in a commission to build an atmospheric railway for the London and Croydon Railway Company to operate between the capital and Epsom in Surrey. The 7.5-mile section from Croydon to Forest Hill opened in 1846 but proved unreliable. This section of pneumatic pipe from the experiment is in the Museum of Croydon. Technical and financial problems continued to mount as work began to extend the line, and when the Croydon Company was taken over by the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway, the decision was taken to cancel the project and convert to steam locomotives. An earlier atmospheric railway, inspired by the experimental work of Clegg and the Samuda brothers, who supplied the equipment, had opened in Ireland in 1844, the Dalkey Atmospheric Railway, a 2-mile extension of the railway line from Dublin to Dunleary, then called Kingstown, to the port village of Dalkey, the first commercial atmospheric railway. An atmospheric system was chosen to counter a steep curving gradient difficult for steam locomotives to navigate. A steam engine at Dalkey provided the vacuum. The system operated until 1854. Robert Stevenson and Isambard Kingdom Brunel were among those who went to see this pioneering railway in operation. Brunel had already been engaged by the South Devon Railway Company to construct a line between Exeter and Plymouth, and decided to build it on the atmospheric principle. Work began in 1845, the same time as Joseph Samuda was busy on the London and Croydon Company line. Pumping stations to house steam engines to create the necessary vacuum were built every 2 to 3 miles. From the beginning, Brunel encountered problems. Manufacture of iron pipes to the precise standard required was an immediate issue. This section of broad gauge atmospheric railway track can be seen at the Didcot Railway Centre. The new South Devon line opened with steam locomotives in 1846. A year later, the first atmospheric trains ran from Exeter, but only as far as Newton Abbot. Technical concerns soon emerged. The leather flaps used to seal the pipes and maintain pneumatic pressure dried out and weathered. Coating with tallow helped keep the leather supple, but anecdotally it was reported the treatment encouraged rats who ate them, although there's no hard evidence this was the case. Other problems included debris entering the pipes and disrupting efficiency. Despite the practical difficulties, it may well have been worth pursuing trials if it had been cost effective. Carriages on the line reached speeds of more than 60 miles an hour, but commercial economics spelled the end of the experiment. Brunel's atmospheric track had cost 2.5 times more than a conventional steam locomotive railway. 2 of Brunel's 3 South Devon pumping stations can still be seen, along with the remains of the third. This example at Torquay was never called into service. This Italianate style engine house is at Starcross. Nearby, on the Strand at Starcross, is a public house called the Atmospheric Railway Inn. A wall, part of a third pumping station, can be seen at the rear of Dawlish Railway Station. In 1864, Thomas Webster Rammel, who had designed a pneumatic underground system for conveying letters and parcels between main post offices in London, this is one of the cars now in the Postal Museum in London, built an atmospheric railway that ran through a 600-yard tunnel in London's Crystal Palace Park. The railway operated for just 2 months and was probably intended to demonstrate what could be achieved for a proposed atmospheric railway line running beneath the River Thames between Waterloo and Whitehall, for which work began in 1865, only to be abandoned a year later, once again defeated by soaring costs. Modern versions of atmospheric railways have been successfully developed in more recent times, running over short distances in Jakarta, Indonesia, and at Porto Alegre Airport in Brazil. Next time, multi-talented engineer George Sorocold, whose development of water power to drive machinery played an important role in laying the foundations of the Industrial Revolution. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons and click on the notification bell to be informed when the next video is available, or you can subscribe by clicking on the rose window over my shoulder.